I totally did this one in 1080p too. This is why I need two cameras. I need to be able to make sure that one stays in 4K and one stays 1080p for the new Gear Wednesday videos. If you guys haven't seen those, check them out. Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt186. Today I'm looking at another Redragon mouse. This is the M721 Lonewolf 2. It comes preset with 5 adjustable DPI levels going up to 16,000 with the option to go into the user interface, which more on that in a minute because that's the best experience with Redragon's UI I've ever had. But it has the ability to go up to 32,000 DPI if you so choose. I don't think anybody even plays at 16,000. That's pretty high. Maybe you do, I don't know. Post down below if you do. The mouse has the ability to pull up to 1,000, which I did confirm with Mouse Rate Checker, as you can see right here on your screen. I did check it over multiple different times and you get between that 800 to 900 to 1,000 range, which is perfect. It does actually and accurately pull at around 1,000 Hertz, which is perfect for that 1 millisecond timing. The mouse is RGB backlit with several different modes, and we'll pause here so that you can look at them, but a quick discretionary note is the fact that the LEDs in this mouse do not get along with camera shutter speed, so you're going to see flicker. That flicker is not seen in person, and you'll see that here next to this Logitech mouse, which has much better LEDs inside. There's no flickering. These don't flicker in person, so kind of think, you know, it'll look a little bit like this Logitech mouse in person. The sensor that they're going to be using is actually the PMW3335, which totally could have fooled me because I was here thinking it's a 3360, but it's not. It's the 3335 sensor, so if you're somebody that was interested in knowing about that, I'm actually going to post a data sheet down below in the description if you want to go read it. If you're into the technical data on the 3335, it's a pretty long read, but I'm sure you could find exactly what you're looking for in there. And just like with the M711, I did a Liftoff test in comparison with that same Logitech mouse I just showed you, and here's our Liftoff differences. Stays pretty accurately within its confined area on the screen, especially for the price of about $30. Prices always change, it may change, who knows. The mouse does come with a magnetic clip on the bottom that lets you change the weight. Now, the weight can't be changed within drastic different degrees. It's 1 10-gram extra weight in there. If you want to make it 10 grams lighter, it's still over 100 grams, which makes it still a pretty heavy mouse. If you like an even heavier mouse, though, put the 10-gram weight back in, and there you go. Now, all the buttons on the mouse can be programmed, except for your left-click button. So if you're trying to do a left-click or you're trying to program the left-click to do something else, you won't be able to do that, but every other button can. Now, they consider the scroll up and scroll down as part of the programmability, so that's where you get the two others, because it's depression, scroll up, scroll down, and that's kind of where they're getting that extra number that I was having a hard time finding. Everything can be programmed except for your left click. I did reach out and ask them about the switches, and it turns out they're all Omron switches with 20 million click life cycles, so that's pretty standard. Those are older Omrons, I'd say like 2012 to 2014 with the 20 million click, because now Omron's producing things up to 60 million click, but they're still great Omron switches. And all the switches on the mouse, on all sides of it, they all use Omron switches. If you're an FPS player and you might want that rapid fire button, it is located next to the forward and back buttons on the left side where your thumb goes on the mouse. Now, one thing I've been spoiled on with my Scimitar Pro mouse, which it might be hard to kind of illustrate here in this clip, is the fact that the Scimitar has such light depression to actuation that you can just be resting your finger on the Scimitar and the button will depress. So I've gotten really used to having that light touch with the Scimitar. That's not the case here, and I was thinking maybe I'm just being a brat because I'm spoiled by how sensitive the Scimitar is, but these buttons do feel a little bit stiff to depress to me. They always actuate, they don't miss a beat, they don't skip anything, they're perfect. They're a little stiffer probably than I prefer after so many months with the Scimitar. It does have a 6-foot braided cable, so it should be able to reach behind your PC or be able to go with you with your laptop, wherever you're trying to put it at. It should reach just fine. 6 feet is pretty standard among most companies to give you that perfect amount of length that you need to route the cable. The mouse itself is a nice kind of rubberized ABS plastic. It feels far more quality than the M7 M711 even did, so for $10-ish more, that's pretty awesome. It does kind of remind me of the Glaive a little bit, Corsair's Glaive mouse. I don't know if you guys have even seen that or remember it when it came out. It seems like it's still out there, but it seems like it was marketed pretty hard and then everybody just kind of forgot about it. It really reminds me of the Glaive though. It takes a lot of characteristics, including the front two headlights, and just looks like the Glaive mouse to me, minus some obvious differences such as it's not modular and doesn't have some of the same back design, but it looks like it might be inspired by the Glaive a little bit. That being said, it's also a pretty big mouse, as you can see here, and I want you guys to wait a second. Everybody always has their cool graphics. They spend that time making the line appear. I worked really hard on this graphic for you guys, so you watch it, tell me what you think. I even did it in metric and in imperial, so whoever you are, you should be able to decipher how big this mouse is. Check out this awesome graphic I spent a lot of time on. Talking a little bit about the user interface, you have the ability to go in there and set up to 5 different profiles. You can also save as, which is great. I don't remember that being a thing last time. Maybe it was and I just overlooked it, but you can save as. And what I mean by that is, say you have 5 profiles, but you got a 6th one you really love, save it as a file and re-import it back to the mouse later. That's something that Corsair's been doing for a long time and other companies have been doing for a long time, but I don't recall if I noticed that with the M711 or not. You can go in there and change your polling rate, obviously. You can go in there and macro the buttons that are able to be macroed, not the rapid fire button, of course. You can go in there and change your DPI settings. You can go in there and change the color mode. Now it is 16.8 million colors, and while the LED is a little bit on the lackluster side, like I said, it's a little lower quality. It flickers and the camera captures that. You have the ability to go in there on a color block and kind of pick within a pretty specific range of colors, and it's fairly good at reproducing what color you pick off of the color block. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions about this mouse, be sure and post it down below. If there's anything I'm missing that you wanted to know about, or if there's anything I'm missing that I should have told others about, be sure and post it down below so we can help people out. You guys have a great day, night, whatever it is. I'll see you in the next video I do.
My old outro's a little bit tired, and until I come up with something new, you can watch me sit here and type at the end of each video. Subscribe! Every time that I see autofocus or quick autofocus or anything in the camera now, the youth has ruined it for me. Because now I translate it to quick as f. Be sure and check out these other videos.